Hello everyone, this is Born in Batanes once again, and as promised, I will walk you through on how to make gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. We need 2.5 cups of gluten-free flour blend, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of white sugar, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of unsalted softened butter, and 2 cups of gluten-free chocolate chips. We also need 2 large eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla. So that's our ingredients, and now let's start. First, we sift our dry ingredients, the flour, the salt, and the baking soda. Now this process helps to incorporate a little bit of air in the dry ingredients, and of course so that you won't have a chunk of salt and baking soda on a piece of cookie later. Just like that. And now we cream our butter and sugar. And we mixed it until just combined. We scrape the sides, and now we can add our eggs. So add your eggs one at a time and mix in between addition. And now we start mixing it until it's light and fluffy. Now, after a few minutes of mixing, our wet ingredients is now ready. We just scrape the sides and then we add our dry ingredients. So the dry ingredients, I put it in free addition. The reason is because we incorporate air in the wet ingredients, so we do not want it to flap by adding all our dry ingredients at once, and also it helps to incorporate it properly. And now we add our 1 teaspoon vanilla. And then our chocolate chip cookies. Now in the ingredients it says 2 cups of chocolate chips, but me, I use less because I feel that it's a lot. But of course you can do as you like, it's your preference. And at this point you can add chopped nuts, but it's optional. You can do 1 cup of chopped nuts and 1 cup of chocolate chips. And our cookie dough is done. just clean our countertop as always, and then we start shaping our cookie dough. I use 2 spoons to shape my cookie dough, and leave some space in between so that it won't stick together while baking. But this cookie dough is it doesn't flatten so much because it's a gluten-free cookies, so maybe that's why. And we put it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 9 to 11 minutes. Mine, I do it from 9 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven, and also depending on the size of your cookie. So after it's done, you remove it in the baking sheet so it doesn't get soggy. You can use a wire rack to cool down your cookies. For me, I always use the wooden chopping board. And now I will show you a different way on how to shape your cookie. So just get a spoonful and you roll it into a ball. So in one tray, I made 12 pieces of cookies. So in this recipe, I made a total of 36 pieces. So depending on your size, depending on the size that you want, you can make more, you can make less. And you bake it again for 9 to 11 minutes or 9 to 12 minutes. That's the second tray. Now this cookie doesn't get a golden brown color much because it's gluten-free. The flour is different, but you can try to leave it in the oven for a bit longer if you want, but your cookie is going to be too dry afterwards, and it's going to be too hard if you leave it longer in the oven. So this is the last batch. So you can see the difference. It's a bit thick when you roll it into a ball. But for me, it doesn't really make a difference. So there you have it, our gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. Now the recipe will be written on the description box below. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.